sensuous society, beyond economic rationality, all tomorrow's dreams. Sensuous society, beyond economic rationality, all tomorrow's dreams, the end is a new beginning. In 2008, the financial world cracked, leaving a gap for the new paradigm to emerge. Or we regard the crack as a major opportunity. The new paradigm. We wish to take this opportunity and support the transition into the new by living and breathing in the cracks. From here we move. The sensuous society. We will draw from the aesthetic dimension as a source of inspiration to inform the dawning world. We will call it sensuous society. Why? Sensuous society. As critical theory has pointed at, the economic system has largely governed and dominated Western society since the industrialization, and rational thought has been roaming the tops of unnaturally constructed hierarchies of perception since the Enlightenment. Rational thought has been our dominating, validating principle, and economic premises such as efficiency, duty, and discipline have largely dominated everyday life in Western society. They have generally defined our institutions and offered themselves as primary modes of being and being together. However, the governance is not sustainable, as the current ecological and economic crisis points at, and so on. And it has led to a fundamental de-enchantment of the life world of modern woman. Aesthetic interventions. But its time has come. In opposition to the economic milestone stands the artistic, or rather aesthetic. This mode is based on premises such as fantasy, desire, and not at least the sensuous experience of an engagement in the world. Artistic output is the quintessence of an ultimate aesthetic mode of being in the world. The notion of a sensuous society, however, reshapes the role of art and artistic practice. The exclusive autonomous art system is also a result of the dominance of the economic dimension. Within this autonomous zone, the art genius is a celebrated figure, which is conceived as someone with a very special transcending intelligence. In a sensuous society, however, we believe that this will be a more common intelligence, simply because we all have this poetic potential within us. And if our outset and mode of being in the world is the sensuous, this potential will be released. The aesthetic mode of being and being together in the world is something we as humans always have and always will dive into. However, the current exclusiveness of this mode has created a collective longing in the Western world. Like an arm cut off, we move forward in the ever-turning efficient wheels of society without noticing the blood floating from our armpits. We need to democratize the aesthetic mode of being to overcome the longing and suffering that its general absence outside the art system creates. The aesthetic dimension will serve as a key source of inspiration in the sensuous society. Step by step, those engaged in the movement towards the sensuous society will make interventions into the societal institutions. They will move from the crack, from the crisis, from the crack, and engage. Ultimately, these actions will, however, not be encapsulated spaces, allowing a sensuous mode of being in the world, but will constitute the primary mode itself. The road to the sensuous society is carved with poetic revolution and poetic revolutionary, taking the necessary interventionist steps. No utopia. Sensuous society is no utopia. Sensuous society is a framework to explore the radical idea of the aesthetic dimension, the sensuous and the poetic as the highest values of society. What kind of world would that create? How? Performance experiments. We have no way of answering that question because we have not lived it. What we do have is the possibility to explore it through performance experiments, by putting our flesh to the idea, embodying future visions to explore what it could be. While we explore, we carve the path. No utopia revisited. Sensuous society is no utopia. There will most probably be winners and losers here as well. Who is going to lead? The most beautiful, the ones in touch with their senses. What will the trading system be? Something that allows you to be even more sensuous. Maybe when we are through a sensuous society, we can begin to approach a more balanced state of being that draws on all the previous states of society and truly connects heart, mind, body and spirit, and creates sustainable trading systems between all members of society, between all living organisms on this planet and beyond. Maybe we can go there already. We can ask these questions through immersive and intervening performance art practices in everyday life contexts, as sites of experiments where we explore how to create a stage for the release of poetic, expressive and sensuous energy, as first steps toward a more balanced and engaging world. Everyone becomes co-makers toward the new. We will do this movement when you have a cause and create a vibration centered in a universe and manifested in events that inspire others. The world will move in an assured and desired direction.